2019 is nearing its close, and throughout this year we've all heard Fortnite kids proclaiming, "They're the next Ninja," or TTV Wraiths justifying dropping Skulltown because they're the next Shroud. Seriously, they've got this, bro. And to be honest, as streamers, we probably all have someone who we do look up to and want to be the next iteration of. For me and my friends, it was once upon a time Hatfilms, but since then I have realized that that is not possible. It's never gonna happen. Not for me, not for you, not for anyone. But on the same note, you can still be successful as a streamer. Keep watching this video to find out what I mean. Now, like any other YouTuber, before I get into the meat of the video, I just need to let you guys know I do stream over at Twitch at twitch.tv/JackDondy. Mostly Apex Legends and Sea of Thieves. Don't really have a schedule at the moment, but yeah, go check that out. With that over, let's talk brand identity, job titles, goals, dreams, and definitions of success, because those are the things we need to cover to explain why you, my friend, are not the next Ninja. And I'm not either, to be honest. I'm gonna start with the one that should be the most obvious factor, but probably isn't to you. That's brand identity. Let's start by looking at Ninja's brand. What is it? He's an incredibly good Fortnite player who hosts PG streams to appeal to a younger and more sheltered audience. His brand is far deeper than that, but for the sake of this video, that's as far as we need to go. Next, let's look at your brand. What is your brand? Write it down somewhere, maybe in the comments down below. And if you don't know what your brand is, drop me your Twitch link or whatever social link, and I can try and figure out what it is for you. Are you PG? Have you ever streamed with a person of the opposite sex? Are your viewers rather sheltered and or young? Do you stream Fortnite? Will you still be streaming Fortnite when you make it? Are you good at Fortnite? Now, if you answered no to any of those, sweet, you just figured out why you aren't the next Ninja. If you never thought you were going to be the next Ninja, just repeat that exercise for whoever you did think you were going to be the next iteration of, be it Shroud, Summit 1G, Mr. Grimm's. There's a lot of options out there, but just repeat the same exercise. If you're still confused and still think you're the next Ninja, we can dive a little bit deeper, and I'm just going to straightforward say, if you do think you're going to be the next Ninja, you have got very, very direct competition. And unfortunately, no one does succeed with direct competition who is already winning. This is why Mixer has yet to overtake Twitch, why the local knockoff you see in the shop is never going to be as good as Coke, even though you've never tried it. To win with direct competition, you either have to be significantly better than your competition, or you have to do something very cleverly different. Now, either way, once you're A, much better, or B, cleverly different to Ninja, your brand's changed to be one of these two things relative to Ninja, and you're not the next Ninja anymore, and you can start actually just working on your own brand identity as your own person. And to be honest, that's better than being the next Ninja. But don't stop watching the video now. I'm not done readjusting your focus. There is more to not being the next Ninja than just brand identity. And I'm going to help you build up your brand identity and succeed as a streamer, so keep watching. Why don't we snatch up definitions of success next? What is your definition of success? Quite possibly it could be becoming the next Ninja, but as I already explained, that's damn near impossible. But if you do still think you are going to be the next Ninja, let me just tell you to not. For the sake of your sanity and the sanity of those around you, it's time to stop. And here's how and why. On a base level, everyone's goal in life is to achieve success. And unfortunately, success isn't as clear-cut of a definition as most people think it is. Most people will think it is financial stability, or a good job, or being the CEO of some big company. But actually, success is whatever the hell you decide it is. What is important is that your definition of success is achievable to you, and that it can be, in some way, worked towards every single day. Working towards success is the ultimate way to make yourself happy. And conversely, not making any perceivable progress towards success on a daily basis will make you depressed. This is why pursuing a career that your parents set out to you can really be depressing, even if it's a good career. Meanwhile, learning a new skate trick can have you proud and beaming for yourself for a whole month. Enough rambling though. How does this apply to streaming and not being the next Ninja? There is a good chance you've at least figured part of this out by now, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Being the next Ninja is not, and should not, be your definition of success. It's not quantifiable, it's not achievable, and you can't really work towards it in a meaningful way on a daily basis. And no, playing Fortnite every day does not count. So what should your definition of success be then? Well, that's a tough one, and not something I can tell you. You have to figure it out for yourself. But I can guide you towards it. But first, we have to address the next topic of this video: dreams. Now, a dream is a pretty simple thing, and you probably already know what one is. You might even know what your dream is, and it ties in very, 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 very closely with definitions of success. It's that thing, or those things, that when you daydream about your idyllic future, you see yourself having achieved. You should always be aware of what your dream is, and you should always, always believe in your dream. never give up on your dreams. If you don't know what your dream is, pause this video right now and meditate on it. I'm not joking. Meditation is good, and if you don't like that word, daydream. Sit somewhere comfortable, lie in your bed, cuddle your dog, let your mind wander off to a happy place, and then figure out what it is that's making you happy in that happy place. This should help you find what your dream is. Now that you know what your dream is, let's quantify that and turn that into a definition of success. I don't really know how to do that except by giving an example though, so here's the example of myself. My dream is to be surrounded by smiling faces, to make as many people happy, and to spread care in the world. That's pretty abstract, so it can't be a good definition of success, but let's turn it into one. First, let's make that somewhat quantifiable. I'm gonna dip into my passion for content creation to do that. I want to entertain as many people as possible. It's still not fully measurably quantified, but that is much clearer than before. But let's quantify it, why don't we? I want to be recognized on an international scale as an entertainer. Now I have something that I can know that I've achieved. I haven't attached numbers to it, but I can know that I've achieved success when I receive acclaim in some form or another as an entertainer. Be it an IGN article about me, being invited to a panel at TwitchCon, or any other form of recognition in the industry which I've chosen. But with that said, numbers are somewhat important to track my progress, and goals can help me do that. So let's dive into those. A goal is a stepping stone towards your definition of success. It's a small, easily achievable milestone that you can pass to tell yourself that, hey, you are making it. Success isn't gonna be that hard. It's a little rock that you're busy climbing to get a little bit further towards the peak of the mountain of success. I know this sounds cliche as all fuck, but please don't close this video or dislike it yet. Goals are really important towards keeping yourself going. Your definition of success can often feel incredibly near to being impossible, and that can be very, very demoralizing sometimes. But you can get over that if you break it down into smaller, more achievable, and even more quantifiable mini successes, also known as goals. Goals should be easy, and goals should not be daunting. You should always face one goal at a time. The best and easiest way for me to explain how to set goals and why they're important is to tell you the story of the mental struggle that was my first triathlon. I did not sleep at all the night before. In hindsight, that should have been my first goal, but I was too busy fretting about the success, finishing it, and maybe landing on the podium, but that wasn't really much of a success to me because I didn't think it was possible. The morning came and I got everything ready and I went with my mom and my stepfather to the venue. I looked at the dam I had to swim in and it was daunting. Hella daunting. I looked at the boys on the route and realized that 1,000 meters was a lot further than it sounded, and instantly I started panicking that I already wouldn't finish at all because of that. But then I looked at the boys and something clicked in my head and I realized, you know what, that first boy isn't that far from the start line, and the second boy isn't that much farther than that. And this is the first time that I remember breaking down a massive success into smaller successes, goals. The first thing was first, get my bike ready for the ride and strip down to my Speedo. I did that. The first goal was done. I walked to the start line a little bit early and sat on the grass. My second goal was done. The event started and I dived into the water. That was another goal done. I made it to the first buoy in last place, but I made it. And in hindsight, it turns out that that's actually a good strategy because there's less clutter. That was yet another goal done. I did the swim buoy by buoy and made it out calmly somewhere in the middle of the pack, even though swimming really is my weakest discipline in a triathlon. Next was the ride. I approached it hill by hill by hill, achieved loads of goals, and by the end of it, I was exhausted. From the changeover station, I could see the finish line, but I knew it was a round route, 5 kilometers if I remember correctly. I looked at the greater success that was the finish line, and I panicked. I was so tired, and I had no idea how in hell I would finish. But I breathed. I put my shoes on, I put my shorts on, and I broke down my goals even tinier. It was every single step. Every step was a goal. In my head, all I needed to do to finish the race before the cutoff was to never stop taking steps. I kept repeating to myself, never stop running. Keep running. I was so focused on the goal of each and every individual step that it actually took me a moment to realize that I'd even crossed the finish line. This photo here is of me on the podium. I overachieved my success because I broke it down into minuscule goals. And that exact same methodology is how I do and how you should approach streaming. Right now at this very moment, my goal is to finish recording this video, and in a bit I'll edit it. These are both part of the larger goal of growing my audience, primarily on Twitch, to achieve the larger goal of 15 average viewers on Twitch, which is one of many goals on my way to my definition of success. Lastly, and somewhat unrelated to the topics we've covered so far, but still very important, is job titles. When you work for yourself, job titles can be a very difficult thing to identify, especially with streaming. You might think that you don't have one, or you might be giving yourself the wrong one. Giving yourself the right job title is very important for motivation and for believing in yourself. Most streamers you talk to in a similar stage of growth to myself will call themselves a new streamer, or even worse, a small streamer. You might not realize it, but when you do say these things about yourself, you're adding an identification to your work as a streamer, also known as your job title. These job titles are very negative, and they'll keep you in the mind frame of being new and inexperienced, or small, with very little growth. To me, giving yourself these job titles qualifies as settling and giving up. That probably makes you a little bit mad at me, but give me a moment, because we are going to give you a promotion. Everyone loves getting a promotion. But what is that promotion? What is a good job title for you? Well, let's think about the things that we've discussed today. Brand identity, success, goals, dreams. Let's combine those with where you're at right now in your streaming career to give you a dope job title. To start off with, here's mine. I'm a budding entertainer and content creator with an excellent tech and industry knowledge. That sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? Don't you want a fun job title like that? Well, good thing I'm about to break that down word by word so it can help you to find your job title. Budding is in concept the same as small, but at least it does imply growth. And I am growing. I called myself a small streamer for a very long time, and that 2 to 3 viewer average didn't move a muscle. Since I started using the word budding or growing, I started growing every stream. 3.1 viewers, 3.2 viewers, 3.3 viewers. From October to September, I went from an average of 3.9 viewers to 4.7. It took me ages to break that 4 viewer average barrier until I changed my mindset. And now in less than a month, I've already broken the 5 viewer average. I'm at 5.3 viewers right now. So stop calling yourself small. Entertainer. There's my dream. I'm an entertainer already. My dream is, to a certain extent, realized. That feels amazing. It's motivational as all hell. But as Genji in Overwatch would say, mara mara, I'm not done yet. Content creator. Well, that word is kind of unavoidable. We're all streamers. I just choose to use the word content creator instead of streamer because it also encompasses shitposting on Twitter, writing articles, making YouTube videos, etc. It's much closer to my passion and makes me feel just a little bit more special and well-rounded. Lastly, let's hit that one phrase in one go. Excellent tech and industry knowledge. Other streamers I talk to do often compare me to people like Epos Vox and Harris Hiller, and there are other people with incredibly good tech and industry knowledge. And it's all because I am knowledgeable. And I love that. And it motivates me. And, to boot, it's my brand. Put your brand in your job title too. You'd be surprised how good it makes you feel. And my friends, that is that. I hope that you've been taking notes, and I especially hope that you've written down your takeaways from this video. I hope that you realize now that you're not the next iteration of some other successful streamer like Ninja or Shroud, but rather you're the first iteration of yourself. And to be honest, that's quite a bit better. It's always good to have something you can read to remind yourself of your own takes of everything that we discussed today. I have a notepad document on my desktop that has my definition of success in it, as well as my brand identity and job title. Maybe drop it all in a comment. I'd love to see where everyone else is at, and maybe some lost souls can find what you say helpful towards establishing their own success. Also let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see videos breaking each of these facets down even further, or just anything else you want to say regarding to the video. Thank you massively for taking the time to watch this, and good luck with your future streaming ventures. If you feel like this has helped you at all, please consider dropping a like and maybe a subscribe to go with it. I plan to make a lot more videos like this, and hopefully I'll be able to get them out weekly or bi-weekly. Hopefully weekly, probably bi-weekly, time is a constraint. But I'll see you in the next one. Have a lacquer day. Also let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see any videos breaking down each of the facets down. Down. That's totally the outro.